The Coromandel Peninsula lies east of Auckland on the south side of the Hauraki Gulf. The rugged volcanic hills are cloaked in native rainforest, and more than 400 kilometres of spectacular coastline promises you can find the beach of your dreams or head out on the water for fantastic fishing. And once again, the gravel will be flying as the cars of the Brian Green Property Group New Zealand Rally Championship race across the peninsula. Brought to you by Gull Liquid Horsepower. B&T, driven by Dunlop. It's the Mahindra Goldrush Rally of Coromandel.
Hi everyone, I'm Patrick Malley, here in stunning Whitianga, home base of the Goldrush Rally of Coromandel and round 5 of the Brian Green Property Group New Zealand Rally Championship. And what a great event this was shaping up to be, with 75 crews, including a record 41 championship entries. But for one of our top drivers, the rally was over before it even began.
After Gisborne with our engine when it blew apart, it was going to be a pretty tight time frame to build another engine. We had one there that we thought would at least get us through this event, and had problems since we put it in on Wednesday, and then the teams worked really hard to try and fix it so that we could at least start the event and have a shot at securing second in the championship. But no, it's hopeless.
So that opens up the battle for the championship runner-up, with Graham Featherston now in the box seat. But Sloane Cox and Andrew Hawkswood could challenge too. But our new champion is David Holder with an unbeatable points lead.
It's really started to sink home in the last couple of weeks that we won the championship. Sort of, got your name on that trophy forever, which is, just a pretty cool feeling.
10 stages on this rally with a mix of forestry and well-used county roads, with the famous 309 route used 3 times.
To get to drive the 309 and the Tapukara Glen, which when I was a young fella, I did go over them in a Morris Minor at a reasonable pace, but that Evo 8's awesome. I
grew up over here and I might have done a few laps on them in my younger days, but we've always experienced brake issues here, so hopefully we're on top of that. We've got new ducting in the car for tomorrow, so that's something that's has held us up a little bit in the past, and I think we may struggle a little bit with dust, but the road's certainly going to be swept and it'll be fast.
Yeah, first time I came here was last year, and straight away I loved them. First stage I had a good time, but a real solid base. I guess the public going over it so often, it has really compacted it. Wide road, swept road, so it is going to be interesting. It's going to be good as well. So up at the front of the field, third after our selection. It's going to be a good feeling, just hoping that dust stays down, but I'm sure it can behave itself.
Stage 1 Earnslaw, 11 kilometres and a big spectator contingent at the start of the stage had come out to see the rock stars of gravel. And our new champion, David Holder, first away.
It's just the best rally in the country. I used to be a really big fan of Whangarei, and I still am, but just the whole community feel here in the Coromandels just makes it that much more special.
Graham Featherston running at number 2. He leads the runner-up battle in the championship after consistent top 5 performances in 2016. Now, it hasn't been a faultless season for Sloane Cox, but he starts this rally with a chance to take the junior title for 2016.
And he's once again working with co-driver Malcolm Reid, who's just come back from navigating over in Sri Lanka. But Malcolm will have to really increase the speed of his pace notes, because Sloane will be driving a heck of a lot faster than what he's just been used to.
3 left tightens, 30.
Andrew Hawkswood broke his gearbox at the last round, but he was determined to finish the season on a high in the new Mazda AP4.
And Andrew will be looking to continue the good early pace that he showed in Rally Gisborne. He put a 36mm restrictor on the 1800 engine, and he is really looking to get a smoother power delivery out of this neat little car.
Ben Hunt faced a big challenge to develop his new Subaru for 2016, and it hasn't really gone smoothly.
But Ben and his team have really rallied around each other. They've tried to build on the platform that they've got, and they're working towards, hopefully, a really great 2017 season. And it looks like Ben's really driving the car in a very high rev range, which is unusual for a production-based car, as they're usually driven with a lot more torque. Maybe he's trying something different here.
Matt Summerfield had taken time out of the championship to rebuild his engine after 2 failures cost him any chances, but he was now looking forward to racing on these stages.
So the roads up here in Whitianga are pretty cool. Real swept surface, but very tight and twisty. Real workout for me and even Nicole, so a lot of slow speed and high temperature stuff, which is pretty hard on the car and crew.
Australian Brendan Reeves making a one-off entry to the New Zealand Championship, driving the Mark 1 version of the Force Motorsport Mazda 2 AP4. And he took the stage win here, beating team owner Andrew Hawkswood by 3.4 seconds. Dylan Turner returning to the championship in his Mitsubishi, his 3rd event of 2016, but an outside chance to finish in the top 3. Lance Williams on the podium at Gisborne, but striking problems early with a slow puncture on the stage.
And there was a big cut that Lance took, and there's a lot of rocks on the road. I'm really not surprised that we're seeing punctures this early in the race.
Glenn Inkster looking to get a great result in the Skoda. It's been a frustrating season though, but the car showing some good potential.
And just look at the crowds as well. It's great to see so many people here supporting the Goldrush Rally of Coromandel. And Glenn is a crowd favourite, and he's really putting on a show here, driving it from ditch to ditch, going up the hill.
Coming up, a new stage provides a challenge for the classics, and later we look at the future plans for rallying in New Zealand. Welcome back to the Mahindra Goldrush Rally Coromandel as we go north to Stage 2, Port Charles, 16 kilometres with a very fast start along the Pacific coast. And an interesting battle here too between the new Mazda 2 of Andrew Hawkswood and his development car now in the hands of the young Aussie gun Brendan Reeves. Reeves running soft tyres through the first 3 stages here, and again he took the stage win to lead Hawkswood by 13.9 seconds.
5 left plus 80.
And a big challenge here by Matt Summerfield. His Subaru not as good in the tight stages, but he's got plenty of power, so going hard early in the stage.
50.
And as usual, Matt is showing total commitment in this car. Brother and sister working in perfect harmony.
Second fastest in the stage moves him to 3rd position. Dylan Turner now under a second slower than Summerfield, and he secures 4th place.
And this could be Dylan's last event in this car. He's one of many drivers that are working with another car brand to bring a brand new AP4 car into the championship in 2017.
30.
So exciting stuff looking ahead. Sloane Cox, meanwhile, losing 16 seconds to Reeves on this stage, but still hanging in on the battle for 5th place and just 3.2 seconds behind Turner. Glenn Inkster dropped from 3rd to 7th on the stage. Fast over the first half, but the car developed a misfire and he slowed at the end of the stage.
And that's so unfortunate for Inky. The gremlins have resurfaced again in this car. Let's hope that they can get it back to service, have a look at the problem, get it fixed, and get out there again, because he is looking fantastic in this car right now.
Lance Williams' co-driver Crunch Bennett is hanging up the helmet at the end of 2016 and will miss his witty commentary from the co-driver's seat.
6 right minus to the brake there. I didn't have that in the notes. 6 right minus, gravel at exit into 4 right minus. So it's a 4 right minus here. 5 left minus, 20 to a 5 right.
Now, there was a large field of gold challenge cars at this event. Grant Blackberry taking an early lead. Lee Robson just 6 seconds back after the opening stages. Jonathan Walker, spectacular on his way to third, another 12 seconds back. And the ever-reliable Kingsley Jones. Next up, the 309 road, and who better to give us a preview than round 3 winner, Emma Gilmore.
Thanks, Clint. Here we are on stage 3, the famous 309 road. This road gets a lot of use during the week, so it's very well swept and very hard packed. If we come down here and have a look at the road, it's almost like tarmac. You can see in there, and there'll probably be black marks left on the road by the end of the day. The tricky thing is, though, is that if you get a little bit wide, offline, you get out into this loose stuff. And this makes it really difficult for making a tyre decision, because on here, you can just about run tarmac tyres. Out there, you still need a really well-cut gravel tyre. So it'll be interesting to see the guys' tyre wear once they come out of these 3 stages.
David Holder, first through, but off the pace so far. Featherston falling back with a misfire. Brendan Reeves taking another stage win here to extend his lead to 23 seconds. And that was over Hawkswood, who was coming under pressure from Summerfield. In fact, the gap to third now just .001.
And this is shaping up to be a great fight here. Old versus new, long wheelbase versus short, experience versus youth. Whatever the shortcomings are of this older Subaru, Matt is making up for it with bravery and passion.
Dylan Turner, meanwhile, still holding fourth.
Right plus in over crest 50.
Sloane Cox dropping to 6th behind Grant Blackberry.
And on paper, Sloane should be much faster than Grant in his Evo 10, but Grant is on a giant killing run right now in his older Evo 6.
And 7 right 50.
And Glenn Inkster's misfire getting worse as he heads for service. Clint Cunningham had a slow start but moves up from 20th to 12th with a good run through 309.
Yep, 5 right plus, tightens into 4 left. Keep pushing here, mate, keep that pace up. Fast, 6
You can
right,
really hear Clint sucking the air in deep here. It's a very physical contest trying to muscle these cars through these tight and twisty stages.
In the B&T Historics, Marcus Van Klink already had the 2016 prize secured before the event, but he was looking to end the season with another win.
And Marcus has had a great run this season. But he has to be careful he doesn't take the eye off the ball here, having already sewn up the championship.
And it was Tony Gosling who was setting the fastest times in the class to lead by 38 seconds. John Silcock just 13 seconds behind Van Klink after 3 stages and really starting to rock and roll. Jeff Judd making the trip up from Christchurch, returning to the Historics after rolling out of Rally Canterbury.
Wet tarmac, gravel tyres, it's pretty hard to get that corner right.
So after 3 stages, it's Reeves ahead of Hawkswood in a Mazda 1-2. Grant Blackberry leading the Gold Challenge in 5th overall. Glenn Inkster hanging on for 8th.
So Brendo, you're here, leading the event, smile on your face. Is it because you're winning or because you're beating Kiwis?
Just having a lot of fun, you know. It's good to be over here in New Zealand, Coromandel. Beautiful roads. I've never been in this area before, but the Force Motorsport Mazda 2 is going great this morning. I think we had our secret soft Pirellis on, they worked really well. And car 8 on the road, or 7, because Emma's out's been really good to us as well.
And what's the plan for tyres for the afternoon?
We're going to go on hard now. We don't have many more softs, and we'll save them in case it rains later in the day. The hards will probably give the car a bit stiffer feeling, but we can soften the suspension to make up for that. Hopefully they last then through the 22-kilometre stage. These other guys have still got to sweep that for me, so even if I'm losing a bit, they're probably losing more sweeping the road.
I always knew Brendo was going to be fast, so no, I'm not broken at all that he's going faster than I am in my old car, but you know, he's a top world-class driver.
And it must be pretty satisfying to see all the AP4 cars going fast at this event.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I'd be happy to see them all at the end, to be honest. But yeah, no, it was very satisfying that first stage, 1, 2, 3. It was good.
And Andrew's not very far in front of you, just 0.1 of a second. So you must be looking to push coming out.
Yeah, the next stage I'll definitely have a big crack. I've been pushing hard the whole morning, so we'll just keep doing what we're doing and not let the situation get to what we're trying to do.
And have you got any tricks up your sleeve?
Drive faster and drive faster.
Grant, 5th overall and leading Class 5. You must be pretty happy.
Yeah, it's been a good morning. The first one we sort of struggled a bit with confidence. The second one was a really fast road in the middle section and we really went good in there. And then the last one, I can't believe it, we did a lot of preparation on that stage because we used it 3 times, so we thought we'll concentrate on that stage and we were second fastest, so absolutely wrapped.
But unfortunately, Ben Hunt was out of the rally.
So, Ben, disappointed to be talking to you like this. Tell us what's happened.
Yeah, well, it's obviously pretty hard to be standing here. We did the first 3 stages and you know, we got through there, but we've got some technical issues and, you know, we made a call as a team that we need to go out and do some proper testing and just get to grips with it and change a few things, you know, not in race environment and you know, come out stronger next year. So, you know, I think, you know, as a team we've probably made the right decision and now we can look forward to 2017 and making this awesome Hydrolink Subaru, you know, go like it should.
Coming up on Mahindra Goldrush Rally Coromandel, the weather throws a challenge and we take time out to relax at a Whitianga hideaway. 2017 is shaping up to be a cracker year of the New Zealand Rally Championship, with 2016 seeing the arrival of Skoda and Hyundai AP4 cars. Next season, we'll see more cars with a Mazda 2 and 2 Holdens already underway at Force Motorsport, and 3 other makes looking to join the championship as well. The breakthrough has come after the publication of new rules which promise to deliver stability in the future.
The big part of what we've done with the championship is make sure that our regulations are stable. So we've got a rolling 3 years with no changes. And that's allowed us to bring the teams on board. They can plan, they can build cars, and they have the knowledge that those cars are going to run for another 3 years. And I think that's really important, and we're getting a lot of interest from overseas in that as well. So again, the stability brings drivers, brings sponsors and brings manufacturers, and that's what we're after.
The new rules will see 34mm restrictors on all turbo engines and new minimum weights for 1600, 1800 and 2-litre engine cars.
I think we're going in the right direction. You know, Motorsport New Zealand's done it the right way around. They didn't impose a whole raft of rules on us straight away, and you know, we're working towards the 1600 engine and 34mm, which is what we will be running next year in conjunction with Mazda New Zealand. We're building a new Sky Active 1600 engine for the car for next year, so we'll be taking advantage of the weight restriction that we're allowed to run the lighter weight with the 1600 engine, so we're really looking forward to it.
It's good to have some clarity in the new AP4 rules and AP4 Plus rules for New Zealand, and by having the different engine sizes with different car weights, it gives a bit more flexibility, which, for a small country, we need flexibility to encourage more competitors and encourage engineering and Kiwi ingenuity, if you like. So, for us, we'll take what's the most financial sensible decision. But in saying that, we'd also like the car to be eligible for AP4 FIA events, so which of course means we've got to have the 1600. But the 1800 is also an easy option. It's something you can drop in the hole with a lot less stress and a lot less finances, and the 70 kilos is enough to even it all back up again. So I think it's a good decision moving forward.
And to provide an exciting challenge, the promoters are committing to 3 two-day rallies in 2017, including the return of Rally New Zealand.
Yeah, it's great that obviously Rally New Zealand's got a 2-day, if you like, sort of practice rally for when the WRC hopefully comes back in 2018, and it'd be good to build the profile to the public, to get people ready, not only the competitors and the organisers and officials, but to also get the spectators ready out there on the stages, experiencing it all, and I think it will build a bit of momentum for the cause. And obviously, if we can get some international drivers, even for the 17 event, it would be great for New Zealand rallying, and it'd be like our own sort of semi-international rally throughout the year, and hopefully we can make it part of our calendar as well.
Yes, great to see a bit of pattern power. And it's great to have Rally New Zealand back. For now, though, an iconic road, 23 kilometres from Coromandel to Tapu. Very well used road, so David Holder should have good conditions out in front.
And David will have been sweeping the roads for all the other competitors this morning, so this is a good opportunity for him to show his true pace.
Featherston had fixed his misfire and his pace improved, just 5 seconds off Holder. Andrew Hawkeswood had changed to a harder tyre in service. And it's apparent early on the stage that he's made the wrong choice.
And 6 right plus into 6 left opens. Blip 5 left, 30.
And the car looks really nervous here, but I don't think that Andrew had a lot of choice on what he bolted onto the car. It's the end of the season and tyres will be running short, so it's a bit of run what you got.
All right. Kings 80.
Tyre choice didn't make any difference to the Aussie Brendan Reeves, though. He won the stage and beat Hawkeswood by 33 seconds. Glenn Inkster had changed a broken spark plug and the car was back on song. Second fastest on the stage, he would move up to 5th.
Left continues short 6 plus into a block 4 right.
And that's a great example of how quickly fortunes can change in rallying. 1 minute you're struggling, the next you're on top of the world.
Into a half 5 plus right opens.
Kingsley Jones third fastest on the stage and that moved him into the top 10. Matt Summerfield fourth quickest and that would move him into second overall, now 32 seconds behind Reeves.
4 right plus 180.
And Matt is on a charge here. He's always had pace, but it looks like the time they took away from competing at Rally Gisborne has really put them in a good position here at Coromandel.
Exit 20, 4 left.
Dylan Turner losing a few seconds on Summerfield, but now in third place. Sloane Cox holding 7th, but a couple of moments in the stage as he looked for more grip.
Care, 5 left in, 30, 3 left plus, 3 left plus, opens, 30.
Oh, how lucky was that?
Back at the big.
Grant Blackberry moving up to 4th, but the older car requiring some spirited driving to keep up with the leaders. Phil Campbell had been struggling for pace through the morning stages and he made a few changes at service which improved the car, but he'd lost a lot of time early on.
4 right plus.
Clint Cunningham just 2.9 seconds behind Campbell. He was 5th fastest on stage 3, but just couldn't find the groove on these longer stages.
Keep pushing, Clint, keep pushing hard, man. Caution, 5 left, tightens, narrows.
It's really easy to lose your rhythm on a long stage like this and just bleed time. But Thomas in the co-driver's seat is doing everything he can to keep Clint on the pace.
7 left, 30. Here's your 7 left, 30. 4 left, minus, here.
Carl Davies aiming for the rookie title in 2016, but the car not set up for this tight stage.
6 left.
And Carl has been steadily improving all season, but an off at Rally Gisborne has knocked his confidence, and these tight and twisty roads will not be doing it any service.
So we've had one pass through the stage and we can already see that there's a really swept line starting to come through. So we've got another 2 passes this afternoon. So by the end of this day, it's going to be a really swept road.
And a few localised rain showers in the stage would make conditions really challenging. But David Holder was able to take advantage of running first on the road. He won the stage and moved up to 7th. Matt Summerfield taking the rein in his stride. Second fastest, second overall, but lucky not to puncture here.
Right, 80. Oh, late 3 right. Keep in.
Andrew Hawkswood finding his groove again. Third fastest on the stage, and that would get him back into the top 5. Dylan Turner still holding third, but the gap to Summerfield had grown to 18 seconds. Blackberry just 2.2 seconds slower in fourth, but coming under real pressure now from Hawkswood. And it was a tricky stage for Reeves, who found his tyres just wouldn't get enough grip in the wet. He held the lead, but the gap was now down to 20 seconds. In the open two-wheel drive category, Anthony Jones and his Z-Tech powered Escort led 3 cars battling for honours, and showing the classic boys how to take a hairpin. Well, sort of. And the Honda man, Dave Strong, second in the class, just 4 seconds behind after 5 stages. Dylan Thompson just 14 seconds back in third, having the best rally of the season. Jack Williamson had his Swift Sport in fourth. And Jeff Torkington fifth, but running here makes him the 2016 Class 5B Challenge Trophy winner in the Toyota MR2. So after 5 stages, Reeves' lead is 20 seconds over Summerfield and Turner. Great performance by Blackberry, but Hawkswood closing in on 5th.
The second one then it rained, so the windscreen fogged up a bit and we had the harder tyres, so it didn't suit us at all. The car's a bit twitchy, so the boys are going to look over it now, see if we can find anything. The stage before we didn't have a good run either. It's really difficult, it's fast, but then there's lots of long, tight corners, and we struggled with the notes. One pass riding notes is a bit difficult. So we'll go out now and redo those stages and see if we can improve.
So, Dave, you found some pace with a stage win. You must be happy.
Yeah, no, it's surprising. It wasn't fantastic. So we did make some changes at last service and it definitely helped. So now we're not sweeping gravel on these next couple. We'll try and push on and get a couple more.
So, Sloane, we're having a good event and then dramas in the last stage.
Yeah, actually the last 2 stages I've had to reverse out a couple of muck-ups, but that last one was quite a big one in a way, lost quite a bit of time and really struggled that whole stage for grip, and the dampness really affected me in this real bad stage time. That disappointing, because we're in a pretty good position, but we'll keep fighting on.
Feathers, better stage than the last one, the conditions suiting you a bit more?
Yeah, the Tapu Kora Glen was really good. It was dry, reasonably swept, and the car was hooking up nice. No issues with missing or anything. Get back to the 309 and yeah, wasn't so good. So we'll chuck a set of spark plugs in it. Hopefully that might help it. We'll see.
Anki, obviously the car's gelling with you in the conditions, and you had a blinder on stage 4, second overall.
Yeah, stage 4 went really well, and we've just got a little problem with the gear position sensor, so it won't tell me what gears it in. So I could probably blame the slow time on the last stage on that, but really I think I was just overdriving. So we'll just tidy up a little bit, and yeah, it's enjoyable. The scooter's going good. It's nice to not have a misfire, and felt like it had some boogie.
The rain is cleared for the second run through Kora Glen Tapu. Brendan Reeves back on soft tyres and immediately back on the pace. He breaks the stage record.
And sitting next to Brendan in the silly seat is his sister Rhiannon, who is an experienced co-driver and has just got back from running in the Scottish National Championship.
3, 2, 1, go. 6 right.
Of course, the other brother-sister duo was Matt and Nicole Summerfield. Matt has been working hard to make sure that his engine doesn't fail, and Nicole has been working hard to improve their pace notes. And it seems the combination is working really well.
Left minus 20. 4 right opens 80.
There is a lot of confidence in the Summerfield car here, and it is really showing in the results today.
2 right plus. Straight over crest.
Dylan Turner holding third, just a second slower than Summerfield on the stage. Glenn Inkster also going very well now. He was second fastest on the stage the first time through with a time of 16 minutes 36. So can he go faster here?
And the misfire issue seems to be fixed in this car, giving Inky the chance to really stretch the legs on this awesome Skoda. Even better, the end of the stage is tarmac, and Inky loves the black stuff.
Down to the line, and he's a lot faster than the morning, 16 minutes 10.3. Meanwhile, Andrew Hawkswood in a good position too to move up to third here, but his tyres not working so well.
Andrew is running the same Pirelli tyres as Brendan is in the sister Mazda, but the setup on his car doesn't seem to be suiting them. He's getting no turn in, there's oversteer, and the time is going to suffer.
So let's see what the time is for Andrew Hawkswood. Down to the line, 16:34.8. That drops him back to 7th. Graham Featherston also improves in this stage, now up to 11th. And that would be enough to secure him runner-up of the championship if he could hold on to it. In the Gold Challenge, Grant Blackberry was holding a 30-second lead, but he crashed off the road in stage 7. So Kingsley Jones moved into the lead. Lee Robson in second and now just 20 seconds behind in his Evo 4. Jonathan Walker third, another 20 seconds back. Richard Bateman fourth, finding these roads quite difficult, but edging out Warwick Redfern by just 16 seconds. So after 6 stages, Reeves's lead is back up to 40 seconds. David Holder moves up to 6th, with Andrew Hawkswood down to 7th. Coming up, another run over the 309 road, and then the final power stage for the 2016 Brian Green Property Group New Zealand Rally Championship. This is the 3rd year that Whitianga has hosted the NZRC. The tourist town has plenty on offer too for the crews and supporters, restaurants, fishing, scenic tours, and a little hidden paradise.
Welcome back to the Goldrush Rally of Coromandel, and one of the little gems in Whitianga, the Lost Springs Geothermal Pools and Day Spa. If you've been out on the dusty rally stages, what a better way to unwind than this, sitting in the lovely hot geothermal pools. We're only halfway through the day though, so I've got to get back out there and see how the guys are going. Emma, you going to come out with me?
Do I have to?
You can stay there if you want.
Happy to.
Well, before we get back to work, maybe a little bit of lunch. I might just be having Emma's as well.
Hard work on the rallies, eh, Patrick? Well, from one gem to another, the 309 road for the final time, and again, Brendan Reeves fastest. Graham Featherston second fastest, and that moved him up 4 places to 7th. Andrew Hawkswood also improving, back up to 5th, so the battle for the championship runner-up was far from over. And Sloane Cox was also in the chase for that runner-up title, although his main focus was the junior title, which would be his if he could keep ahead of Lance Williams.
Short 5 right, left, 3 left off here, but don't go wide. 30. 5 left, 30.
Williams, though, was struggling with his engine overheating, and this looked more like a survival story.
And even with an overheating engine, Lance is really still in the hunt here for the title. And he's desperate to put on a good performance for Crunch as his last time as a co-driver with him.
At the exit, double caution, slow, sudden dip.
Carl Davies starting to find a setup which suited him after struggling in the early stages. His times were improving too, and if he finished, the rookie title would be his.
6 right again.
Now, Carl's looking good here, but twice this season, he's punted the car off the road when he's sitting in a good position, so he really needs to hold this one together.
And talking about holding it together, the evergreen sponsor of the Brian Green Property Group New Zealand Rally Championship, Brian Green in 15th.
Minus opens 30.
And Brian's showing a lot more comfort in this car. He really struggled at the start of the season, but he's come to terms with this car, and he's looking good and racy through this stage.
6 right plus.
So after 7 stages, Reeves now 47 seconds in front of Summerfield.
So Brendo bolted some soft Pirellis on, and you're going a lot faster in the afternoon.
Yeah, much faster. The car just changes the whole feeling of it completely with these soft tyres. We didn't have much time to test the car before this rally, just to run up Andrew's driveway. So basically, you can't just throw hard tyres on and expect the car to work. You've got to set the car up to it, and it didn't quite work around lunchtime today. So we put soft tyres back on then, and it was awesome. So we're going to put their Muse tyres on from this morning now and go out and do these next 3 stages.
So Feathers, bit of a slow start this morning, but you're positively flying now.
Yeah, I don't know really what happened. This morning I started off with the same attitude, but I think what's happened, maybe, I've come to the conclusion, is the heavy gravel this morning was affecting me, and I don't know if me or the car are so good in that. On the sweat roads, the car's handling really nice. Back it and lean on it and be real confident with it, yeah.
Enki, obviously the afternoon stages are agreeing with you. You're up into 4th.
Yeah, it's kind of, I didn't really know because we had problems this morning, and it's actually hard getting cell phone coverage and you've got that much going on. But sometimes have been really good, so it's obviously pleasing to get this far through the event. Now, 1 proper gravel stage and 2 tarmac ones, so let's just see if we can get through those and bring it home. Dylan's probably a little bit too far in front, but we're going to try anyway, so yeah, let's have some fun.
Obviously, Tony, you've been putting Clinky under pressure all day, and he's decided to pull out.
Yeah, I think he just withdrew, he'd had enough, and he just saved himself an accident, No, it was a shame to see Marcus at the start of that stage, at the start of that loop there with the bonnet up. We were actually enjoying it, and he's been the benchmark for quite a while now for us, and I think we're 30 odd seconds ahead and not a long way to go, so I think we're probably okay anyway, but it would be nice if he was still in the rally. It just adds that a little bit extra.
Jody, it's good to see you out in the stages, a long run up from Canterbury. How have you been finding it?
Oh, tricky roads, very, very hard on tyres, but I've co-driven here once, but driving is so different. It's a place you need to come and do it a few times, I think.
And I was peeking inside your service truck before. There was a couple of real worn tyres out there, so you got some left for the afternoon?
Yeah, we actually took 2 spares on that last loop just as well, because we got to the end of the Coromandel stage and we had a puncture. So the 2 that did the 309 are okay for this loop, so yeah, no excuses.
So Kingsley, trials and tribulations, but you found yourself in the lead of Category 5.
Yeah, I'm pretty stoked really. I mean, it's not very good for Grant because he's had a really stonkingly good day and he's gone and punted it off and put it in a ditch. So unfortunately for him, I now take the lead. So I just got to keep my head and make it to the end now.
The power stage was a reverse run of the Ernslaw, just 11 kilometres through the forest. 5 bonus points on offer. David Holder first up.
And David's got nothing to prove here, but he won't be able to resist putting on a show.
And he sets the time to beat 7 minutes 12.1. Next up, Graham Featherston. Remember, a win here would cement him the runner-up position.
Feathers is not showing as much speed as Holder through that corner.
And his time 7:18.12, so Holder still in the lead.
It's the first time I attempted last year. On the first stage I had a good stage time, so reversing it, I don't think it's going to affect me too much. I do love new stages. At the end of the day, the rally could be on the line, so it'll be very interesting. We have to wait and see what's actually going to happen right before that stage.
So Sloane Cox, another who would benefit from the extra points.
And he must keep his speed up through here because Lance Williams can still steal the junior championship from him if he's not careful.
So down to the line, he's going to finish 7:06.7, sets the fastest time.
Sloan, you just took 6 seconds out of David and you're leading the power stage at this point.
Well, actually, it's quite amazing. That was me in conservative mode because, yeah, I got a junior on the line, so I had to give it a push for the power stage but not be silly. So it's quite a good time then.
Well, it was a good start to the day by Andrew Hawkswood, but he needs a win here on this power stage to be in with a chance for the runner-up title in the championship.
And he's carrying more pace than anyone else through this corner here.
And look at that time, fastest so far, 7:03.3.
Andrew having a good stage through there, you got a 3 seconds over Cox.
Yeah, no, it was a good stage. It was great, actually. I really enjoyed it in there. Wait and see what Summerfield's done, and be interesting.
Yes, it's been a good day so far for Matt Summerfield, so what can he do?
The roads are starting to look very wet in this stage, and running further down the driving order, Matt will struggle with grip. And whilst it is the power stage, Matt's also running second for the day, so he won't want to throw that away.
Not so good though, 5th fastest so far.
What a stage.
Well, he's beaten the boss on every stage so far, so can the Australian Brendan Reeves pull out another win over Andrew Hawkswood?
5 left.
Well, Brendan is here to win the rally, so he's not looking for points on the power stage. But it's great to see an Australian over here in the championship, and hopefully we'll see more of them come over in 2017.
Flat 9 right over crest, 120. Line finish, tar, 9 left.
Down to the line, and he'll have to settle for 3rd fastest. But then Dylan Turner goes faster again, and he steals 3rd place away from the Aussie. That bumps Featherston out of the top 5.
I didn't know how fast to go. It's like I was pushing hard, but you don't want to be untidy as well. It's really, really slippery, but yeah, I wanted to be a bit quicker in there because obviously Inky's right behind us, but it's definitely cutting up a wee bit, you know, so hopefully that'll help us a little bit with Inky.
And that means a chance for Phil Campbell to redeem some points.
Phil's really been struggling today, so taking some points out of this power stage will be a real nice sweetener to a difficult day. And I'm not sure what's going on in this car. There's something not right, not gelling. Hopefully they can get it sorted for next season.
And Lance Williams with one last chance, or Lance chance, to take that junior title. But he would need to be 3rd or better on the stage.
4 left. You've got 60 over the finish, 200.
No, it wasn't to be, so Sloane Cox takes that junior title.
721.
Clint Cunningham up next. Could he be the upset of the day?
Long 4 left, finish 200. Done, mate.
28 seconds down and he finishes outside the top 10. So Glenn Inkster, he would love to win the power stage, just to cap off a pretty good day.
And on any given day, Inky's a pretty good driver, but him and Spencer Wynn have got this Skoda absolutely stonking.
Three left open, finish. 3.
So what's the time going to be as they come down to the finish in the power stage? Mahindra Goldrush Rally Coromandel engaged 4th fastest, 2 points to Inkster. So the final results, Brendan Reeves becomes the first Aussie to win an NZRC round, Mazda's first win since Neil Allport in 1993. Sloane Cox takes 7th, just enough to be runner-up and junior champion. Kingsley Jones wins the Gold Challenge and takes the trophy.
When we had that lead this morning, we didn't know that we would get that because there was talk of dust, talk of rain, and we weren't sure, and Holder Tro's car won. And then I think that worked really well for us because we had a good swept road this morning and we attacked quite hard, and that got us a good buffer. And this afternoon we built on that and it worked really well.
Matt, congratulations, second in Goldrush Rally Coromandel.
Yeah, really happy. Thanks to the boys that did an amazing job on the car after the absolute troublesome year we've had so far. So to get a result at the end of the year is pretty cool.
Yeah, we're pretty stoked with third overall. It was a good rally. We thoroughly enjoyed being on the podium 3 times this year. Done 3 rallies, 3 podiums, so I'm over the moon.
So confirming the points, Holder champion, Cox second, Hawkswood third by just 1 point. So congratulations to our New Zealand champions, David Holder and Jason Farmer. Historic champions, Marcus van Klink. Junior champion, Sloane Cox. Two-wheel drive champion, Dave Strong. Gold Challenge, Kingsley Jones in a 4-wheel drive. And Jeff Torkington in a 2-wheel drive. Talking winners, we'll see you in 2017 on the Brian Green Property Group New Zealand Rally Championship.